How to be disciplined when motivation fails. A Stoic's Guide. There are days when you wake up and everything feels heavy. Your alarm rings, but your body wants to stay in bed. You know what you should do, but every part of you resists. The gym bag sits untouched in the corner. The project remains half finished on your desk. The book you promised yourself you'd read gathers dust. This is the moment when motivation fails. It vanishes like a cloud passing, leaving you stranded in the silence of resistance. But here's the truth. If you rely only on motivation, you'll fail more often than you succeed. Because motivation is fickle. It rises and falls with moods, with weather, with circumstances. And the Stoics knew this well. They built their lives not on fleeting feelings, but on discipline. Not on waiting for inspiration, but on daily commitment to virtue, to reason, and to duty. This is how you keep moving, even when you don't feel like it. This is how you stay disciplined when motivation fails. The problem with motivation. Motivation is like firewood. It burns bright, but it burns out quickly. How many times have you felt inspired late at night, promising yourself, "Tomorrow I'll change my life. Tomorrow I'll start fresh." But when morning comes, the fire is gone. The body feels tired. The mind begins to bargain. And the work you promised to do never begins. The Stoics would shake their heads at this. Epictetus said, "How long will you wait before you demand the best of yourself?" He didn't say, "Wait until you feel ready." He didn't say, "Wait until you're motivated." He said, "Demand it now." Because waiting for motivation is waiting for weakness. If you live by moods, then your life will rise and fall like moods. But if you live by discipline, your life will be steady, firm, unshaken. Discipline as a way of life. What is discipline? To the Stoics, discipline was not punishment. It wasn't cruelty or coldness. It was love for your highest self. Discipline means training the soul like an athlete trains the body. It means saying, "I may not feel like it, but I choose what is right, not what is easy." Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." And wasting time comes when we follow comfort instead of character. Discipline saves us from that waste. It is the structure that carries us forward when our emotions falter. It is the armor against laziness, excuses, and delay. The power of routine. One of the most practical Stoic tools is routine. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, lived with unimaginable demands. Yet in his journal, he reminded himself every morning, "When you wake up, tell yourself, today you will meet the arrogant, the ungrateful, the deceitful, the envious, the selfish, but I will not be harmed." Notice this. He didn't wait for inspiration. He prepared his mind. He trained his spirit. That is discipline. And you can do the same. Build routines so strong that they carry you even on your weakest days. When motivation disappears, your habits will hold you up. If you don't feel like exercising, the routine says, "We go anyway." If you don't feel like working, the routine says, "Sit down, begin." If you don't feel like studying, the routine says, "Open the book, just one page." Routines replace feelings with actions, and action repeated becomes strength. Small steps, big strength. Many people fail at discipline because they think too big. They imagine radical transformation in a single day. But the Stoics remind us, greatness is built one choice at a time. Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly." So, when motivation fails, don't look at the mountain. Look at the step in front of you. Don't say, "I must write a whole book." Say, "I will write one paragraph." Don't say, "I must rebuild my health." Say, "I will take one walk today." Don't say, "I must change my life." Say, "I will change this moment." Each small victory builds strength. Each repetition builds resilience. And soon, what once felt impossible becomes natural. Discipline through duty. The Stoics also tied discipline to duty. They asked, "What is my role? What is my responsibility?" Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I have to go to work as a human being.' What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for?" This is discipline through duty. You don't rise because you want to. You rise because it is your role. You don't study because it is easy. You study because it is your responsibility. You don't build your body, your mind, your character because you feel like it. You do it because it is right. When feelings fail, duty remains, and duty gives meaning. Control what you can. A Stoic discipline is not blind effort. It is intelligent effort. It means focusing only on what lies within your control. You can't control how motivated you feel, but you can control whether you stand up, whether you act, whether you take the next step. This is the famous Stoic dichotomy of control. Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us, and some are not. Your moods, not up to you. Your discipline, entirely up to you. And when you stop fighting what you can't control, you free energy for what you can. That is where strength lives." Enduring discomfort. Discipline also means training yourself to endure discomfort. The Stoics practiced what they called voluntary hardship. They would fast, sleep on the floor, wear simple clothing. Why? To remind themselves that comfort is not necessary, that life does not collapse if things are difficult, that they can endure much more than they think. Seneca wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" When you practice hardship, discipline becomes natural. The cold shower, the extra rep at the gym, the late-night study session, these are not punishments, they are training. They are freedom. The Stoic reward. What is the reward of discipline? Not applause, not money, not fame. The reward is self-respect. The reward is freedom from being a slave to moods, from being tossed by feelings. The reward is strength that no one can take away. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That is the gift of discipline. That is the treasure beyond motivation. So, The next time motivation fails, and it will, remember, you are not powerless. You don't need to wait for a spark to act. You don't need to feel ready to begin. The Stoic way is simple. Focus on what you can control. Take the smallest step. Anchor yourself in duty, in virtue, in routine, and endure the discomfort that makes you stronger. Discipline is the path when motivation vanishes. Discipline is the fire that does not go out. Discipline is the proof that you are greater than your moods, greater than your fears, greater than your excuses. Be the one who acts, not the one who waits. Be the one who builds, not the one who dreams. Be the one who lives with discipline when motivation fails.
If this message spoke to you, remember, the Stoics did not keep their wisdom to themselves. They lived it and they shared it. So live with discipline. And if you want more Stoic wisdom to guide your journey, make sure to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more. Together, let's build lives of strength, calm, and wisdom, the Stoic way.